All right, I got 9:30, so I'll go ahead and call us to order. Will everyone please stand up? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. The next thing on the agenda is the approval of the minutes, starting with April 19th, 2022. Is there any amendments to the minutes?
Just for the record, Mr. President, I'm going to recuse myself from all these minutes since I was not present. Just let you know, I've tried to get through the video.
Well, if there's no objection for minutes of April 19th, those are approved. Are there any amendments to the April 21st, 2022 regular meeting? Hearing none, if there were no objection, those are approved. Next is April 22nd, 2022. Are there any amendments? Hearing none, if there's no objection, that is approved. Next thing on the agenda is approval of requisitions for May 5th, 2022, an amount of $30,508. There are no objection, that is approved. Next is approval of accounts payable for April 28th, 2022, an amount of $590,803.33. There's no objection, that is approved. Next is accounts payable for May 5th, 2022, an amount of $66,981.38. There's no objection, that is approved. Next is manual checks, starting with April 29th, 2022, an amount of $4,372.36. There's no objection, that's approved. Next is manual checks for May 6th, 2022, an amount of $268,269.90. There's no objection, that is approved. Next is approval of payroll for April 28th, 2022, an amount of $265,026.97. There's no objection, that's approved. Are there any announcements or changes to the agenda? Hearing none, we can move on to public comment. I'll start with people in the room. If you're online, please raise your hand, and remember there's only 3 minutes. The first name I have is Mr. David Tabb.
David Tabb, lifelong Jefferson County resident, taxpayer. First, I'd like to compliment the county commission for finally listening, even if it's only a little bit. On the agenda pack listing, now we have the dollar amounts that you just approved, so you can see visual. What's disturbing, it's been disturbing to me for a long time, approval of manual checks for $268,000, almost over $250,000. There's nothing in the agenda pack that tells us what that is. Nothing. Where it came from, where it's going to. Also, on April the 19th, late of the levy, virtual, should have been in person. Regular meeting. Commissioner Hudson said at the meeting that before they went into executive session, there was going to be no more decisions taken that night. Section 10, Fitch report, 2 approvals. One, to get appraisals of the ambulances. The other one, a commercial real estate broker to assist in space needed, whether it be leased, rent, owned, whatever. Shame on you. We were sitting here. I was here with other people. It should not have occurred. If you say it's not going to be anything happening, it should happen. Then you turn around and do it. The audit report. There's nothing in the agenda pack. The Spirit said that the auditor found abuse and misappropriations of funds. He also stated that the voters had the right to know this. There's an 8-page report. Where is it? I couldn't find it. Haven't found it yet. Again, the state auditor said he'll be back to check on what y'all done or what you were supposed to do. He actually asked you nicely to do something. The Jefferson County Commission still hadn't gotten it yet. You work at the pleasure of the people. You're not doing that. You make these public hearings. and then to make decisions that are lifelong to the people, the taxpayers. You will not be here forever. No one will. But the decisions you make should be made that are lifelong affecting the people, should be made by the people that have to endure it. On item 7, you've changed the comprehensive plan, the 2035 comprehensive plan to include a multiple of changes that may benefit some property owners and hinder others. You guys need to listen to people. Y'all have a nice day.
Is there anyone else in person that would like to make public comment? Jess, did anyone raise their hand online? All right, thank you. With that, I'll go ahead and move the public comment is closed and move to agenda item number 1, which is the assessor.
I have 2 exonerations. The first one is in our 2020 personal property book, Cabletown District. The taxpayer filed here in error. They brought in proof that July 1st, 2019, they had registered their Harley Davidson in Nevada. So anyway, the assessed value is $6,800, tax amount $154.78. The applicant is Wade Paczynski, ticket number 310722.
I move that we approve the exoneration for ticket number 310722.
Second.
It's moved and seconded. Is there more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
This second one is in our 2021 real estate book, Jefferson District. Taxpayer had removed the finished basement and the bathroom, and we should have taken those items off. It was an oversight. The assessed value is $23,000, tax amount $279.36. Taxpayers are Isabel and James May, ticket number 28462.
I move we approve ticket number for exoneration 28462.
It's been moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Agenda item number 2 is Tom Hanson, the sheriff.
Morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
I have a few items on the agenda. One of them is the hiring of a part-time bailiff. We had a bailiff resign, a female, have a part-time, Melissa Godwin, still has background check done. And she would start at $13 an hour and she began working on May 9th.
I move to approve the part-time hire for Melissa Goodwin, effective May 9th, 2022, for the rate of $13 an hour.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
The second is in preparation for the Sheriff's Office Tax Office. My chief tax deputy is here with me today, taking over the ambulance fees. Originally, I was going to request that we hire the part-time temp to make full-time and then plus a second person, which is what we talked about when Commissioner Solifer and I met almost a year ago about this matter. But it seems as though Ms. Jones is still with Axiom and is taking a position in Winchester and is not available. So I'm asking permission to advertise for 2 positions to be the ambulance fee collection agents. One will do The data, we know there's a lot of data that's not been done, things like people have sold properties and they're still getting bills for ambulance fees, things like that. We're gonna need to sit down, work with Madam Assessor and try to get our databases together. I've also asked for software systems to give us a number on what are going to be able to merge with my tax office, but that's a different thing because it's not on the agenda today, so I'll talk about that another day. But I'm asking permission to advertise to hire 2 people to do the ambulance fee collections.
Was just curiosity, that obviously we did the budget a couple months ago. Was this in the budget, you know?
No, it wasn't because we weren't sure what was happening. And now when the auditor's office came through and said that I need to take that over, it's gonna need people.
I seem to recall either last fall or earlier this year that I think Ms. Gordon had presented to hire this person, and I mentioned the sheriff's office needed to be, or the tax office needed to be involved. And I thought we approved one then.
Approved at least one.
One, yes. So I don't know about 2.
Yeah.
Right now.
Undoubtedly, this will come out of the ambulance fees money, not the county's
Right.
coffers. But it's gonna need be 2 people. You know, one's, and again, because of the backlog that the county in the collections and things like that, there's gonna take some time to get it up and running and adequate to bid for the billing and for them to start, for us to start collecting the monies.
Well, I'll go ahead and make a motion that you approve, to approve the advertising for a full-time ambulance fee collector at 80 hours, grade 2 employee, and then we need to verify.
Whether if you had
If we
approved one
haven't approved
a
the
while
second
ago,
one in the
yes.
budget, yes.
Mhm.
So for what, to advertise for one right now.
Yep, I agree with that. I'll second.
Been moved and seconded. Is there more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
All right.
Opposed? Motion carries.
The next item, after the fatal accident on Route 9, bypass in front of the Home Depot shopping center, that is in essence Ranson's area. But one of the people first on the scene is a retired University of Maryland police officer, and she started CPR on one of the victims. She called me right after that and asked me if we had AEDs. I said, no, none of my cruisers have AEDs. She is arranged through another gentleman. He's going to donate 40 AEDs, one for every one of my cruisers. They're about $2,000 each. The only stipulation is that we agreed to a yearly maintenance fee of $200 per AED, which becomes about $8,000. I'd like to add to my contracted services budget for next year. I think this is a no-brainer. Typically, my troops, my men and women are on the scene before any medic, and if it's a heart attack and they can break out an AED and save this man's life, this man or woman's life, I think this is nothing but a good thing.
I agree completely with you, Karen Hanson. What I would like to understand is the maintenance contract, the term. So you're saying per year, so for how many years? What are we?
I guess as long as we have the AEDs, it would be it would be in effect. But it's not just a maintenance, it's also replenishment. If we use anything, they come down. If we use probes or whatever, they replace them. That's all part of the $200 per item unit. And this would put an AED in every one of my cruisers, and including my SRT van and my trip van. They're heading down the road and something happens and the prisoner has a heart attack or whatever, and we do transport mental patients and things like that. This is all a win-win as far as I'm concerned.
Sure. And what you're asking, you're asking for an additional 8,000 to be added to your budget. Do you have money in your budget that you can move over to this line now, or do you know?
This is, I doubt it's going to take effect before the end of the fiscal year, so it'd be next fiscal year.
Okay. But do you have money you could move in your budget now? That's what I'm saying.
I'd have to check.
Okay, yeah, no,
contract services.
okay, yeah. Obviously, I'm very much for this. I think, since the budget's already set, I would see if you have a line item you can move over to it, then let us know if you don't. I think that would be the best thing to do, but obviously, I'm very much for this AED and having them in every cruiser. And if you don't, by all means, we just have to go through that step first, I think.
That's fine.
Yeah. Okay.
The next item on the agenda is recommendation for the annual budget bonding securities. We had to amend the BCT account because of an additional 5.5 million ARPA funds that are due to come in. That'll make it 30.5 million in that account. So we need to sign the budget letter, the securities letter, so it's covered by FDIC. And I believe you have that.
We have a list of accounts, and how much did you say in Bank of Charleston?
It's a big VCT account. The one that has to be amended, ma'am, is the one that is going to have another 5.5 million coming in.
Okay, I see it's down. I think it's down.
Okay. Okay. You need a motion to amend these bonding. Sir, you need a motion for us to amend?
Yes.
I'll move to move a motion to amend the bonding as required or as necessary.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Is there any more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
The next item on the agenda is we've been notified by the federal government that the cops hiring grants are out again. You gave me 2 new positions starting this fiscal year. If we apply for the cops grant and if it's allowed, we may be able to cover the cost of those 2 new individuals. If not, then it would just give us a couple more people and we have to deal with it then. But I'm asking for permission to apply for the cops grant. Last year, Berkeley County got 4. So that added 4 more people to their manpower, and it's paid for partially over for a certain amount of years from federal funds.
That's what I thought. It was only,
That was gonna be my question. So like they cover like the first year and then like they phase out.
It phases down and then you must keep them on after that. But it's, again, pays for us for at least full time for first year.
And you think we can apply those for the 2 positions for next year?
We can try. Sometimes they have a caveat that it has to be new positions. Sometimes it can be unfilled positions. So it's a caveat of one way or the other. We haven't, all we know is we've gotten permission, we've gotten the notification that the grants are now pending and to be submitted.
Okay. All right. No, I'll move that we approve the cops hiring grants. We completed the application for the cops hiring grant to be applied for the new positions for the FY23 two police officers that be your new hires, I guess is what I'm saying.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Is there any more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
aye.
Nay. That's a 4-1. It carries.
Lastly, I've spoken to 2 of the other elected officials that happen to be in the room regarding the pending insurance increase. The commission gave the employees a 1% COLA raise, but right now the cost of living has gone up to 8.5%. And I believe this is the wrong time to either institute an increase in the insurance or because of the way you now have the raises. When I was here as a lieutenant, everybody got their raise in 1 July. This is something you've instituted since I retired. What I'm going to ask the county commission is to discuss or bring about is 1 of 2 things. Either this is a detriment to the employees that say were hired in, say, the 15th of June. So they are not going to get their pay raise until next year, 1 week prior to the end of the fiscal year. I know I can take give my employees and the other elected officials less money if we lump it all together, but it's still, that's not fair to them either, than them waiting. So I'm going to ask the county commission to reconsider this. Either they should, one of two things, either give everybody their raise 1 July to offset the increase in the insurance. Seeing how cost of living is now at 8.5% and gasoline's $4.15 a gallon. Or if you want to continue giving the raises on their anniversary date, that you hold off on each one of the employees' raise insurance until they get their full raise. I think this is bad all around. Every county employee is going to hurt, even if they get the COLA raise and they have to wait for the merit raise for 6-8 months. That means they're barely breaking even with the raise of the insurance compared to what they get for the COLA. Especially somebody at $30,000 a year, their COLA is going to probably be wiped out by the insurance. Granted, as they get higher up in salaries, it may or may not affect them completely or wipe it out completely, but I think that the way the economy is right now, to increase the insurance and not give them their raise 1 July, I think is wrong.
So you're asking to permit merit increases to be given on July 1.
Yes,
I
And
think,
with that, you're assuming everybody's getting whatever the max is
and that's going to be up to, yes, but the point is that,
based on performance.
right, based on performance. But at least it's a chance for them not to either be breaking even with the insurance raise and their COLA or something to that effect. I just think either you don't raise it and you continue the way you are, or you hold off raising the insurance until their merit raises come through, if they're going to get a merit raise, or you give everybody their merit raise 1 July.
I understand completely where you're coming from. I just think we're sitting here considering a precedent that everybody's going to get the maximum merit increase. And I don't know that that's accurate.
I understand that. I'm trying to look out for our county employees, all around, not just mine, not just the deputies, but everybody.
Yeah, and this is Commissioner Ath. I was just going to say, I hear what you're saying, Sheriff Hansen, that you want to give them the opportunity that the merit raise is a possibility and that they can work hard and possibly achieve that and help counteract the inflation. I think that I'd like to hear the other commissioners' thoughts, but I'm definitely open to doing something on that because I do agree that it is a burden. Inflation's a burden for everybody right now.
And I just wanted to chime in. The insurance did not increase for the county this year. And even though you did set aside 5% of that increase, it's not increasing. So, and an employee making $40,000 a year, 1% is $400. The insurance increase will be $312. So, you know, you understand where we're coming from.
Certainly. I would like to see us put this on the agenda and have an analysis done.
Yes.
So we know better how it is impacting the employees. I don't even know if it's legally possible that we change the date of the health insurance increase and not make it uniform for everybody with our health insurance carrier. So I do think we need more
Well,
work
was it
on that.
last year the county absorbed a bigger portion of the premium, didn't we? Because of no merits and COLAs.
I don't know if we absorbed more, but we were giving it to the employees, like we were giving
Offsetting
that.
that,
Yeah,
yes.
I think we deferred that last year.
I agree. I
Yeah.
think let's table it and do some more research on it. I completely agree and understand.
Oh, yeah.
Completely. I just don't want to set the precedent that everybody's getting up to their, their 5% merit increase if they haven't earned it.
Right, well, and again, this is something that was instituted since I've retired, because everybody, when the county issued and Commissioner Tabb, and by the way, my condolences, Matt, even though I wasn't able to be at this funeral. My condolences to you.
Thank you.
That when the county gave a raise out, everybody got it 1 July. Everybody. And if it was a merit raise, they said, okay, they figured out, but it was instituted 1 July. It wasn't instituted on their anniversary date.
Yeah, and I'm not opposed to everybody's raise being once a year. So, the review and the merit being given at on the same date across the board. I just don't want to set, like I said, the precedent that everybody's getting the maximum amount.
And I'm going to let you know, my chief deputy's behind me. I've got deputies looking other places. I have 2 deputies take tests in other departments. I've got a deputy leaving in, one's a retirement. I've got a deputy leaving in June. He knows it's been approved by the department he's being hired by. I've got deputies leaving and I've got deputies testing other places. And as you know, I'm going to give you a hit. The state police gave a test in Charleston, 30 people showed up. The state police gave a test in this area, 13. We gave a test recently, we had 23 applications, 9 people showed up for the test. And as of right now, we have five what we call personal history statements. Because when we hire somebody, it's a thorough background. It's psychological, it's everything. It takes months to hire a deputy. It's not something that we just start off right away. And anything that the commission can do to improve the salaries and the debits that come out of their paychecks will be wholeheartedly welcomed by me, my chief tax deputy, and my chief deputy. Am I correct, sir?
Yes, sir.
Thank you for your time.
Well, I was just going to say one thing. Doesn't West Virginia Code address some of the things that you're talking about, 777?
Yes, it does. I mean, you guys have the flexibility to load in those compensation and COLAs anytime you want.
I know that.
As long as you stay within the parameters of the budget that's been allocated. I do agree with Commissioner Tad that we probably can do an analysis to see where all that pans out. I think we need to look at a couple of things. If we wanted to take on a greater share of the insurance costs, I know it's 85-15 now, I'm not sure what it is, what that would look like as a budget impact to us, which would lower premiums, which then wouldn't be a wash with the 1%, because I get what you say. You're almost at a wash with your 1%.
Right.
Basically, they're paying for the rise.
The raise is going to pay for their insurance coverage.
Unless you're a higher
Right.
salary level, then it's not so much a wash. But the entry level employees, that could be an issue. So I think we need to analyze that number, what it looks like. We can come back with you on a recommendation for a different cost share to see what it would look like if each respective department said July 1, 6% for everybody, 5 and 1. The commissioners would have to make a decision on the direction that we got for our employees, the commission employees, excluding the elected official employees, is a 1% on July, 5% on anniversary date. You need to let me know if you wanted to reconsider that as well, or you want to maintain that as you passed it.
And I know that if I do that, if I do everybody 1 July, that they're going to get less money because the percentages will be, the money you allocated me is including that if you got 5% in June 15th, it's only one payment they're going to make for this. So it'll be less money that all around if I did that. But thank you, commissioners. I appreciate you listening to me. And I hope you are able to come to some sort of a resolution.
Do you want me to read it?
Yeah, would you mind if we brought our deputy, our chief tax deputy up to talk about it? This is a real simple item. We just need you guys to observe this. Well, I'll let Teresa. present.
In accordance with the new Senate Bill 552, I will be coming before you all in the spring and in the fall, just to, it's just a formality to look that I've done the delinquent list, and then I'm able to get the county clerk to seal it and send it to the state. So actually, that's all this is. I have to adhere to the Senate bill, and they're changing a lot of the ways I do things for the delinquent and the publication list. And I just need to have it on the minutes that it was brought before you all. And if you want to glance at it or whatever. You don't need to sign it. You don't have to, it's the delinquent list of people that have unpaid taxes as of right now.
Do we don't need a motion or anything?
Well, you probably need a motion that I'm allowed to send it to the.
You would need to make a motion that you've observed the delinquent tax list, so then it can be forwarded to the report.
County clerk.
To the county clerk.
I move that we observe the delinquent tax list so we can send it to the clerk.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you again, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Is Lynn online? It's a little early for interviews. Is there anything the commission would like to pick up next? We got about 15 minutes.
Want to set the time and location for the primary election? Candace?
For me, what day works for everybody?
I think we have to have it on May 16th, so
Yeah.
the time, time would have to be, we usually meet at 9:30 in the morning.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
I'll move that we meet on May 16th at 9:30 to conduct the canvass for the primary election.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any more discussion?
It needs to be a location set.
Oh, I was going to ask,
Oh, sorry.
has anybody talked to Nikki to see if this was okay?
And the location, so she'll be here in this room with the, we can be here, right?
She requests, she said you can either do it here or in the little courtroom. The issue with doing it here would be that maintenance would have to
To
bring
bring all
all of
stuff
the
over.
materials here and there would need to be security.
Where have y'all done it in the past?
Both.
So,
Okay.
yeah.
Where do y'all prefer?
Well, little courtroom would be shorter distance to move.
Yeah.
Yeah. Little courtroom.
All right, I'll amend my motion to add the little courtroom at the courthouse.
All right. I'll second your amendment. I'm not sure if I second the primary motion, but we're good.
All right, is there any more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Hi.
Opposed? Motion carries.
You do Mr. Nissel's?
It's all right.
Oh, I can do, by hire. If that works for you. Give me a frog in my throat today. My office has completed its efforts to advertise and select a candidate for administrative assistant. I'm asking you to approve Sarada Pitts as our new administrative assistant. Ms. Pitts will bring a plethora of experience to our team for a master's degree in healthcare administration, customer service experience, and a fantastic knowledge of the Microsoft suite, along with a proficiency in Spanish as a second language. We have extended an offer of $35,000 and a start date of around May 23rd, provided she passed all background checks. I sent you yesterday and I provided you today a copy of her resume along with 3 reference letters. I strongly feel Ms. Serrata will enhance our team and bring a strong customer service component to the commission.
I'll move that we hire our new administrative assistant, Mrs. Sandra Pitts,
Serrata Pitts.
Sharada. Sharada Pitts for $35,000 a year, starting in or around May 23rd, assuming she passes all her background checks.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Is there any more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Hi.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you. Not sure what else you have.
Is there any update on agenda item number 8?
Old business.
Yes, I can do that for you. I would make a recommendation that, so I've got two things to report out on the fifth report. One would be your desire for me to go out and get appraisals on ambulances. And the second would be your desire for me to look into lease rates for space at the different firehouses. I would recommend that we talk about the space requirements in an executive session since it deals with contracts. But before we do that, I will give you just a brief overview on the ambulance assessment. So Bob Berner has identified a contract with appraising ambulances. And when he returns on Monday, we will work with respective volunteer fire departments that currently house the buses that we are interested in purchasing. He's given me those lists of buses. Mr. Berner, in concert with my office, will assist in coordinating those appraisals with each respective chief. We anticipate that the appraisals will take a week to 10 days to complete. We have decided to go with DCI Solutions. Their primary business is providing appraisals for insurance companies, for coverage and claims, arbitration, and so on. The gentleman Bob spoke with, Darren, explained that they produce an appraisal report including comps to justify the value they arrive at. It appears that this company will provide a professional report by certified appraisers that will be extremely useful to us. The cost of each appraisal is about $150 per unit. They have created an account for Bob in their system where we log in, provide information, and upload pictures and input to be appraised. So a lot of these ambulances, they won't even need to come out. We take a series of pictures, we provide them with inventory, dates of the dates of the buses were, how old they are, and then so forth and so on. And they'll provide us with those assessments. So we'll be moving on that beginning on Monday. And hopefully by the 19th, when our next commission meeting, we'll have those appraisals on. Hopefully before.
Okay, good deal, thank you. And there's some things we need to go in executive session and run it early. We're running about 10 minutes early. Do you think we can knock it out in 10 minutes?
I think you probably can knock that piece out. And I don't know if Nathan, our general counsel, has anything in closed session or executive session.
I have an additional item to address in executive session that on that issue to provide the commission with some legal advice regarding some potential liability issues. I don't think I can do that in 10 minutes.
Sure you can.
Oh.
You just gotta talk fast, eh?
I'll give it a shot.
Mr. President, I would like to suggest, and hope everybody agreeable, that we put, this is regarding the Fitch report, that we put the community-centric proposal executive summary that was PowerPoint presented to you all last meeting, put that on our website.
Yes.
Because I couldn't find a copy of it until I
I've had
contacted
many people
Mr. Handel.
ask
So
that didn't dial into the meeting that asked for that.
We were hoping you'd make that motion because Justin and I discussed that yesterday. So we would love to get that up on the website.
Well, I'll make it a motion then. Yeah.
All right, I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 We'll get that up today.
Thank you.
And just for the matter of record, $150 per appraisal per unit.
Correct.
Are we doing that out of ESA? Where are we taking the funds from?
We haven't decided yet.
Okay.
Probably
I know it's not a lot, but I'm just.
Probably
Yeah,
the same
more
budget, but
details.
I just was curious.
I will get with Michelle, find the best place to pull that money from.
It might be our contracting budget.
Yes.
We can pull from, the ARPA money.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna need a whole workshop on some of this stuff. We can lay out our options and figure a lot of stuff out.
Do you want to go take a break? You're the chairman, but, or do you want to go, move the motion to go into executive session quick, or what do you want?
I don't think there's a quick executive session.
Okay, I was thinking from John, but not from Nathan. I was thinking from John, but not from Nathan. So,
We're probably in a position where it's better to take a 5-minute recess.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay. All right. We'll do that. Oh, see, I was trying to like. In 5 minutes.
All right, thank you. I'll go ahead and call us back to order. Next is agenda item number 3, interviews and appointments to the Jefferson County Building Commission. We currently do not have anyone to interview or appoint to this. If the public is interested, they basically meet as needed, which is when the county commission needs them to, for the public. Is there anything else any other commissioners would want to say?
I don't think so.
No, it's definitely, kind of an ad hoc committee that you don't have regular meetings. It's just when the county commission enters in some kind of really real estate contract deal. And we have to, have bonding or something. So it is really, you're not tied to a meeting date or anything. It's just as needed. Don't meet for years, and then all of a sudden we might need you. So we need someone to apply, several someone.
Thank you. And with that, did you want to go to 5 or 4?
That's good. And taken care of, she's on.
No, she's not yet.
All right, we can go ahead and move to agenda item number 5. That's Jennifer Myers. We'll come on up.
Tony, if you want to come up too as well, that'd be great. You were on the board, so it's great to have a board member here.
Good morning. I'm here this morning to ask, at our last Parks and Recreation Board meeting, I brought to the attention of the board that we've had a lot of, we say complaints, concerns, but a lot of conversations from members of the public, especially those that have attended concerts at the amphitheater, that they have concerns with all of the smoking that tends to happen, especially around concerts, baseball fields. And in most parks across the country, parks are tobacco-free, smoke-free, as well as, schools, of course, don't allow smoking or anything on their property as well. So my board discussed the idea of making our parks, we started out making our events, tobacco-free. So when we have concerts, or we have Easter egg hunts, or we have large gatherings of especially kids, we would not allow smoking. And they decided that they would rather take the stance that we have no tobacco in parks in general. So as the Jefferson County Commission owns several of the county parks, we would need to bring that policy to you for review to see if that's something that the county commission would support, especially, like I said, at San Michael's, where we have the amphitheater. We would like to be able to post no tobacco signs, and ask people not to smoke, at those events.
I wholeheartedly agree with this.
And I will say that our board was a unanimous decision for this too. We didn't have anyone that was opposed to this in any way. And it's not just like cigarettes, it's all types,
Yeah.
the vaping, the smokeless tobacco, everything would be.
Yeah, chewing tobacco.
So I just point of clarity, are you talking about just the facilities or at events? I'm just,
The parks
So all
themselves, all
parks.
parks.
how are you going to enforce it at like Molten Park and places like that?
We're gonna post signs.
We'll post, we'll do what we can, Molten Park, again, we can't get enforcement for the trash, for the,
Right.
and everything else that
Yeah,
goes
and
on down there. So enforcement probably will be more heavily done at events.
Right.
But the goal would be to make all parks, just like all schools are. And you still have, I don't know if you guys are around schools, you still have people that are out there that don't follow, but most people, I think, will respect it eventually.
If I could weigh in real quick, because I've been in the field for a long time. We made all parks in Montgomery County, 424 parks smoke-free. And it does self-police itself. So I think that your park users will weigh in when people are smoking, and then we'll say something. Signage was certainly something putting up on the website we did. We had a very active campaign to bring awareness. It took a good 6 to 8 months
Oh, yeah.
for it to stick with people, so there is that lead time that you're just gonna have to expect that's gonna happen. And then I think our general counsel wants to weigh a little bit, because I emailed you about this. I fully support it. I think it's a great idea. But we do have to look at the enforcement issue with respect to, can we issue a citation, civil citation or something? And so, I would invite Nathan to speak about that a little bit.
Yeah, I think that the board has prepared a proposed draft of this policy, and I think it needs tweaked a little bit. They did a good job generally in drafting it, but there's a few things especially related to enforcement and that sort of thing as Steve Grove and I was looking at it over the past few days. We just think it needs to be edited a little bit and a few things added. So what I would propose would be that we would bring this back maybe at the next meeting, and at that time, I could have a final draft for you.
And your next meeting would be the 19th, so we would hope to have, an affirmative vote on the 19th, so that we could then have, it would be past our regular meeting, but we would schedule a special meeting, so it would be in effect for our first concert on May 26th.
Yeah.
That's fine. Just timing.
I also didn't want to. Oh, go ahead, Claire.
I was just going to say, this is Commissioner Ath. I unfortunately wasn't able to make last week's meeting because the day I had the baby. But Tony, you said it was a unanimous decision by the board in support of this policy?
Yes.
Okay. I would be in support of something like this. I think if the entire Parks Board, who is very close to the issue and works with it every day, if you feel it's something that you guys need, and I know I myself, when you go to the parks, you want to be able to enjoy it. And I think with the AMP expanding, this is something that needs to be decided now rather than later. So I would be interested in having Nathan take a look at that. And I would like to know what kind of enforcement would take place. And I guess that's what I want to look more at.
Yes, also don't want to create an environment where you've got, citizen policing calling Parks and Rec every, filling your mailbox up, or the county commission, and here's a license plate, somebody was smoking down here, that's, I mean,
And
I agree with it, I'm just, how are we going to?
And I mean, honestly, we have that issue now. There's no out, it's
Right.
Yeah.
a wide gamut of things to get through, but the alcohol is also an issue. And we are looking to, we've talked to the sheriff's department about that. And we are going to be posting new signs about no alcohol in parks and stating West Virginia state code, so people understand this isn't a rule that we have made, it's a law in the state.
Right.
But I think, there's not a tobacco law in the state that we're aware of that has the same effect. But I mean, we get the calls all the time, well, such and such was smoking, or I'm not smoking, had a beer out at, Moulton Park or Leetown Park. And, we do the best we can to try to post signage and make people aware. And if it becomes a major issue, we are able to call the sheriff's department and they are able to come in and do something about that. But
They patrol down there pretty.
so, I mean, I think it's going to be that same, I'm sure we're going to get calls at some point, but.
Well, I'll make the motion that we table this agenda item until Nathan has a chance to review it, tweak it, and bring it back to our next session.
Second.
So moved and seconded. Is there any more discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next I have is Ms. Lynn Fields. Do we need to meet as a fiduciary report? All right, I move we convene the fiduciary review board.
Second.
So moved and seconded. Is there any more discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are fiduciary review.
Good morning.
Morning.
So we're here to hear the petition to remove executors on the Robert Lee Holmes estate. And just to give a little background on, for the commissioners that haven't experienced these probate hearings before. So the county commission sits as the probate court for Jefferson County. Berkeley County is different. They have what's called a fiduciary commissioner process, but you sit as our probate court. So when we have probate matters, they come before you, you can choose to make a decision if you feel like you have enough information in front of you, if enough has been presented, if you feel like you're up to speed on everything that's happening, you can make a decision, or you have the choice also to refer it over to a fiduciary commissioner who works for you. Our fiduciary commissioners work for you. They're all attorneys except for one is a CPA, but we try not to give her matters like this that are of a legal matter. But you have the option to refer it to a fiduciary commissioner who will then also hold a hearing and gather evidence, and then they will make a recommendation and send it back to you. And then you have the choice to either act on their recommendation or decline to act on their recommendation. So, and Nathan is usually always kept up to date on everything that's going on so that he can best advise you what to do. So I'm not sure if you will feel comfortable coming to a decision today. I don't know if there will be enough information presented today that you feel like you
Attorney will set up a hearing, we'll bring all the folks there, bring all the documents there, we'll look at all of them, we'll hear everybody's different sides and see actually the numbers and all that, and then make a recommendation. And that's usually it's a bit of work. So in my experience, that's just the best way to handle these kind of things, because there's more nuances to them and more information that is best suited for the commission to have in a short.
Well, I'm going to move that we refer the petition to remove executors of the Robert Lee Holmes estate to a fiduciary commissioner for their analysis.
Second.
So moved and seconded. Is there more discussion?
I do have a question regarding it. Do we have any idea what the timeline is or how quickly this can be?
No, because it would depend on, so all of our fiduciary commissioners, except for one, are practicing attorneys. So they have their own workload, and then also they may have several estates that they're also working on. So it would just depend on when they were able to. They usually get to it in a timely manner. But yeah, going into it, we have no definitive time frame.
Yeah, I guess my one, there's a date in the backup information that was offered. That sounds like they're trying to settle everything,
Yes.
and they're being prohibited. And I was just wondering how we could help to expedite the process.
That's unfortunate. It takes time. But we've got to verify the facts. We only have
Right.
one side here. So.
Because I have some questions also about the petition. So, I mean, yeah. So the fiduciary commissioner will be able to get that information.
Ms. Fields, do you need to ask them to appoint any particular person, or do you just go from there?
No, we can just, according to our schedule, we can just appoint, unless they have a specific, someone specifically in mind that they want to give it to.
All right, is there any more discussion? All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
We come back down with the regular session?
Yeah,
I didn't know we had to do that.
I move we come back into regular session.
Second.
So the move and second, is there any more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries, we're back in regular session. Next I have is agenda item number 6, Mr. Burgess.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
How are you doing? Rolling right along this morning? Good, good, good. I'm here before you this morning following up on a while back, we did a reorganization of the GIS department. And part of that was precipitated by the retirement of Mr. Todd Fagan. He had been with us for a long time, was a backbone of the GIS department. If you all were gracious enough to allow us to keep him on as a part-time so that we can continue to utilize his knowledge that he has within GIS. And in regards to that reorganization, I came before you before to ask if we could advertise for a GIS analyst level 1. And you approved that, and we did. We had quite a number of resumes that come in and went through an interview process and found a wonderful candidate. Her name is Rebecca Westbrook. She has a good bit of experience. She was actually with SAIC in Chantilly, Virginia as a GIS analyst for 7 years.
Okay, well, what's SIAC?
I should know the answer.
Government contractor.
Okay. Okay, I'm like.
There you go, thank you. She's worked on a number of big projects. She has held a top secret clearance in doing this. She currently resides in Purcellville with her husband. She got a little help in the background with GIS because her husband actually works for Esri. And if you're not familiar with Esri, Esri is to GIS like Microsoft is to computers. So it's really nice. We're excited to bring her on, and that's what I'm here for today. If you all would approve bringing her on as a GIS analyst, level 1 in the GIS department.
When's her start date?
May 31st, if approved.
31st. Okay, I'll move to approve the hire of Rebecca Westbrook for the position of GIS analyst level 1. This is a full-time position. The starting salary is $50,000 per year, and her start date is May 31st, 2022.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there any more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
Now, Russ, I know what Esri is. I can't tell you what stands, the name, but, we do a little mapping and farmland protection too.
Yes, I've been working with Elizabeth Wheeler lately, so that's excellent. Thank you all very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Ron. Nathan, what agenda items do you need to go into executive session on?
Under my number 7, I need to provide you with some legal advice for letter A. And I also need to discuss a contract issue with you under letter B.
Okay.
And additionally, under in number 8, I need to provide you with some legal advice regarding some potential liability issues related to the ambulance service. And
I move that we go into executive session to discuss 7A under Nate Cochran, 7B, agenda old business agenda number 8, to receive legal advice from Nathan, our assistant prosecuting attorney.
would that be to receive
And to receive,
legal advice on the first couple as well?
and to receive legal advice on all the agenda items that I mentioned and also contract negotiations. Yes, sir.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Is there any more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
We are in executive.
Aye.
All right, I move we come back into regular session.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. Is there any more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. We're back in regular session. Just a note, I'd like to add that Commissioner Stolifer recused himself for agenda item 7A under Nathan Cochran. Is there anything else to come before the commission this morning, afternoon?
Yeah, I want to make a motion to direct staff to draft a notice and publish it for a public hearing by the county commission on 5/27 at 9:30 a.m. to receive the recommendation from the planning commission on solar testing.
Is there a second?
I'll go ahead and second that.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Is there any more discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed?
No.
Nay. It's 2-2, so I believe that fails, correct? Yep. Is there anything else to come before the commission? There's no objection, we are adjourned.
You look very happy.
Well, good to see everybody.
Good to see you.
Bambino?
Yes.
See the head.
Just leave.
Cute.